So I have a confession. When I was first in practice, I would do consults for the most part, met with people to do labs, comprehensive labs, going through rigorous questionnaires and questions to get to the root of the problem. And people did great with that because guess what? Everyone wants to get to the root of their issue, especially when it comes to health. So in order to get to the root, we ask a lot of questions, and that was all good. That was great. However, when it came time to introduce the protocols, I started to notice 50-50 situation on whether someone would actually get results. Say, well, okay, well then why? So one thing I want to explain is as a doctor, in many ways, I'm a teacher. In fact, the root word docere, which is where doctor comes from, means to teach. So I did a lot of teaching around what the right things were to do around health, especially lifestyle. Like I did a lot of teaching around that. However, what people were really missing in order to get the results they needed was teaching about how to become the person who would even implement the protocol I'd give. And that is a much different type of teaching. It's going into a very personal realm where the person has to learn to face themselves and face who they are today and decide, is this the person that is actually going to do what you've listed out for me? So that's what I've discovered. Every health journey starts with pretty much two questions if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty. Who am I today? And who do I need to become? Any other types of questions that don't answer this are ultimately going to end up in an unsustainable practice for you because it doesn't give you much help to know all the things you do when you're still the person who would never do those things. And so I say this with all grace because I literally had to go through that journey myself. And so if that's you, you're not alone. Get started. Ask yourself, try that. Ask yourself those two questions. If you have a health goal, ask yourself, who am I today? Who do I need to become? See what comes up.